1920, the Prohibition era. Alcohol was seen as a large reason as the U.S. social problem, so the banning of all alcohol in the U.S. was issued, and this gave way for time in history where crime ran rampant and people were almost as bad as the crooks. Al Capone, age 32, one of the most infamous alcohol smugglers in history. Lowly bartender, one of the many connections Al Capone had in his empire. Smuggling alcohol was Al Capone's specialty.
How did you take Al Capone down?
Well, it took some time, patience, and a team that couldn't be bribed. Capone controlled a lot in Chicago, but, we stayed clean.
Did he ever try to bribe you?
Yes, he used envelopes of cash, fancy gifts, and even threats, but we refused, and that's what made him nervous.
What ended up taking him down?
Well, we couldn't get him for the murder or racketeering, but we found a paper trail. Capone made millions and didn't pay a cent in taxes.
How did you end up figuring this out?
We gathered everything we could, but credit also goes to the Treasury Department. They built the case, and I helped enforce it.
When you finally caught him, how did he react?
He smiled. Thought it was a joke, but when the trial started, that smile disappeared fast.
What ended up happening to Al Capone?
He went to prison. Not for all of his crimes, but for enough. Sometimes the law has to take a different path to get the job done.
Speakeasy, one of the only places to get alcohol illegally. Bartenders were always wary of police finding their way into the speakeasies. Not everybody had access to speakeasies, only the rich and wealthy. Crooks and civilians alike both enjoy to indulge in their fair share of moonshine. This officer was following one of the long-term customers of the speakeasy. Eventually, he found the location. Bartenders and customers were always armed in case of police. An intense standoff occurs. Only one makes it out alive. The customer flees to avoid prosecution, but nobody escapes the law. The civilian's disguise eventually falls off his head and he is now easily identified. A large struggle occurs, but eventually the law prevails. The citizen was later sentenced to pay a fine worth $5,000 and spend 1 year in prison for his actions against the law.
So, did you ever know that there was a speakeasy in town?
A what?
A speakeasy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was walking down the street one day and some people were like hooping and hollering in there, so I kind of popped in, and it seemed like there was a couple guys like playing like some card game or something. I think it was Uno. And so I started playing some cards and stuff, and then there seemed like there was a dart board on the other side, so I played a couple of darts, and I saw like cups and stuff on tables, and I know people were drinking like probably water and stuff, so I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about it.
Okay, just asking around. Thank you.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.